Welcome, fellow trackers. I am Nick Metzger, and my partner, my co-host in crime, Mr. Sean Abbott. We are here. We're both here at the same time. It's been like 3 weeks. I don't know. I can't even think. We are very happy to be here this week. It is August 15th, 2024. It's Thursday. That's what it is, of course. I know. We got lots of stories to talk about. 7, to be exact. 7 stories to talk about, and a smattering of Game Pass games that we're going to chat about. But before we dive deep into the realms of Xbox, Mr. Sean Abbott, how's life, sir?
It's good. It's so good to finally see you. It has been 2 weeks. When we dropped the public service announcement audio last week. So anybody that doesn't catch the audio, there has been some problems. There has been some issues. Mainly been extremely busy because the kids are off school, and I have worked stupid amounts recently. And then Nick, unfortunately, got stuck in Philadelphia. He had a little impromptu holiday with the wife. All was going very swimmingly well until you decided that you needed to come home. And then in doing so, you were interrupted by Debbie, who was a big downer. She was the storm front that was making its way across Florida last week. So our thoughts go out to everybody that was affected by that, but it also affected Nick in terms of he couldn't travel home. So he was very late back. And because of my stupidly busy work schedule just recently, We just could not find a time to marry up until now. And even now, it was difficult. It was
Oh my gosh, no kidding, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're just jinxed with life, flights, and internet service providers.
Sean, I have never been stuck anywhere in my entire life. Like I've never like literally like people are like, there's just I got nothing for you, you know? Like you're just here at an airport, or you can rent or like, you know, buy a hotel night or something. So yeah, for like basically 2 days, like a day and 3/4, something like that. We were supposed to fly out, be home on Tuesday so that Sean and I could podcast, which by the way, I missed. For us, was a fairly decent election. It was a primary election for all kinds of stuff. So I missed our elections. I missed our podcast. I missed all kinds of stuff that day. I was like, dang, this really sucks. We were stuck in Philly. Not a horrible place to be stuck. The only bummer is we were going to take the kids there next year. So it was like, well, do we really want to go and do all the things that we're going to do with them in like 8 months? Not really. So we walked around the John Hines Urban Refuge, which was fun. It was a good time. We were like, it was super hot, so we were soaked in sweat by the time we were done. But we had a good time. Then we were supposed to fly out at 4, which by the way, that at the John Hines Urban Refuge, that's when I passed the guy. The guy that just made me crack up because it was something I thought you would totally say. He was like walking. You could tell he was struggling. You know, we were all struggling. It was like lower 90s. And at that point, if you passed somebody on the trail, you had chosen to do the long trail. And I was like, hey, man. And he was, and I'm not going to remember. I wrote it to you pretty much exactly how he said it because it was more fresh in my mind. But something like,
I'm sweating my bollocks off here.
Yeah, and it was just like that too. And it took everything I had not to crack up laughing. And that's all he said. Like he didn't stop or anything. He just like, I'm sweating my bollocks off here, and just kept walking. And I was like, that's fair. Me too, Belle. We're in the same boat.
Somebody needs to get that guy some baby powder. Yeah. I swear by that stuff.
It was like just a moment of Sean, just like dipped down in the John Hines Urban Refuge. Loved it. So yeah, then we went to fly out at 4, and we got delayed to 6, and then 8, and then 10. And long story short, we didn't get home until 5 a.m. the next day. So yeah, it was crazy. It's the thing.
You had a good time. That's the thing. You went away.
Did.
You had a good time. You got deep in the culture of Delaware in that area. Dover of Delaware, of course. Which is nice. You got away. So
yeah.
And while you were away, and we were planning to try and get a podcast, and I had a week off. We spent some time up in the Yorkshire countryside, which is very nice. We did Malham Cove. We took the dog. He turned into a mountain goat, jumping over dry stone walls and basically going anywhere we didn't want him to go. So if you've ever watched Harry Potter, the Deathly Hallows Part 1, I believe, where Hermione's kind of like zapping them to different places, they end up camping on this, what looks like a load of rather large square stones in the floor. That's the top of Malham Cove. So I opted to have Rex on his lead at that point because it's a sheer drop.
Yeah.
And it's a good 100 feet plus to the bottom.
Don't Rex be feeling his oats and think he can make a jump he can't make.
Yeah, super dog. Oh no, splat. Yeah. Pizza dog.
Yeah, exactly. No, the pictures you sent are super cool. So yeah, it's really neat to see it that way, and then like remember it from like Harry Potter. It's really cool.
Yeah, and Emily enjoyed it. One of the reasons why we wanted to is because she's a big Harry Potter fan. So she was like really made up that she'd been somewhere where they'd actually filmed a part of the film. So she was really happy with that. Which was actually 5 hours of hiking in total, which was nice. And then we did a few other bits and pieces. Pretty much had a really busy week off, and then went back to work and was really busy. So yeah, it's just been. I'm looking forward to the end of next week when we go away. So. Yeah.
Again, good for you guys. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Becca is back at school. The school year started. Well, for my wife, she's in Indiana. Our kids go to school in Michigan, so they start on Monday. So life is ready. Like I feel like we're in the plane and the engines are going, and it's like things are about to get crazy. My daughter is currently at soccer practice because she has been invited, which is very cool. I think I might have mentioned this last podcast, like 1,000
you said
podcasts.
she was approached.
Yeah. So she said yes. She wanted to do it. So now we're travel sport parents, which I never in a million years thought that would be a thing that we'd be. So I'm trying to like keep up with that and the school schedules and work and
full-fledged soccer dad.
Yeah, right. I got the soccer. I got the minivan. So I'm all there. I got everything I need. So, and you should. It's crazy. You go to these practices. There literally are like there's like 3 or 4 soccer dads just like sitting in chairs, and they'll be sitting there and they'll be like, Jude, you're offsides. Ben, you're offsides. Yeah, it's just so funny. I'm just like, I'm like, I haven't started the yelling yet to join in the full cadre of fellow soccer dads, but it is really funny that they just sit there and they're like, you need to go wide, Ben. You need to go wide. Like, I love it. Like they're the coach, you know, like they're just like, I'm pretty sure the coach is out. I'm pretty sure the coach is out there, you know, but anyways, it's fun. But Sean's right, man. Even trying to get here today was tough. I came down with. We're gonna wait for this. People are gonna be like, he said it wrong. I didn't. I came down with pharyngitis like 2 days ago. I'm now taking antibiotics for that, and then the internet went down like at 2 today. It literally just came up. Sean and I were just talking on Discord on my phone because we thought we weren't gonna be able to do this. I mean, man, the chips are against us, Sean, but we will push through and make this happen one way or another.
Oh, yeah. Nothing can stop the bromance. So.
That's right. I love
it. The only other thing I have going on at the moment is we started watching American football. So Lindsay is following the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. We now have, with our Sky package, because we argued with them the other day, we now have access to watch all the NFL games on Sky Sports. So we are now fully fledged and getting behind all the playoff games and everything leading up to the Super Bowl this year. So
nice. So I mean, have you guys watched any of the preseason stuff?
That's what we recorded the Chiefs preseason stuff. That's what we started watching.
Listen, if you're watching preseason games, you are dedicated. Okay, that's just a fact. Because, I mean, like, I haven't seen it. I'm like, it's just preseason at this point. I'm not going to get involved. So, kudos to you guys. You guys are dedicated.
The thing is, Lindsay follows the Kelsey brothers. Mm-hmm. With being a massive Taylor Swift fan, she's quite keen on the Kelsey brothers. So, that's one of the main reasons why she's watching it. But then I think she quite liked the hype behind the Super Bowl and the whole show and everything last year. So, yeah, we're in. That's it. In for a pound, in for a penny. In for a penny, in for a pound.
There you go. Well, I am a sad Lions fan, just rooting away, hoping that maybe this year listen, I'll just be happy if we get back where we got back last year, to be honest.
I'm going to say they did very well last year. Did, yeah. Considering what I've read, like analysis-wise on them over the years, that they, yes. And what you've said over the 5 years that we've known each other now, that, yeah.
Cursed to be a Lions fan, so I'm still just rooting away over here.
Anyway, that's enough about life. We fully apologize that we have missed 2 whole weeks of episodes. There hasn't been a huge amount of news. That's why we didn't mind missing the first one. The second week we were kind of like, okay, Gamescom's happening, which we're going to talk about later in our feature story, because it's all about Gamescom and everything that we think is going to come and happen. But before we do get into any news, I will take us very swiftly through the housekeeping, which, by the way, is with the public service announcement that Nick did last week. He did a very good job of it because I screw it up more than anybody else in this world. So, yeah. You can find us on pretty much every social networking app that's out there. Just search for...
You're fine. I didn't mean to freak you out. That's going to happen from time to time. You don't.
Why?
You don't want to see that. You don't want to see the stuff that happens when you have pharyngitis, Sean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is to do with
we should have talked about that before we got here. My bad.
I'm like, okay, where's he gone? Anyway, now we're completely screwed up the housekeeping.
I did it too.
We should do. So you can find us on pretty much any networking app, social networking outlet. Everything is at GPT. You can also find some of our other sister channels that is PlayStation, Nintendo. Everything's on there. Just change the first 3 letters. If you have any thoughts or any questions, you can join our public Discord, which is now a VGT Discord. The link is somewhere in here in the bio live chat. It's posted everywhere. Where you can find myself, you can find Nick, you can find all the other members of the GPT on VGT team, along with over 2,000 different members. And if you are liking what you are hearing, we'd love it if you could leave us a review on the podcast app of choice that you listen to. Drop us some comments in the live video, jump in on the live chat, anything like that helps us grow, helps us reach more people, kind of gets us, bumps us up the old algorithms. And of course, we wouldn't be a Game Pass show without promoting the big daddy itself, Xbox Game Pass. So if you love Game Pass and you love our show and you want to show your support, you can head to the link in the description and sign up to Game Pass from the Xbox.com website. You'll not only be supporting us, the Game Pass Stacker Show, which we absolutely love and adore, and we love you guys, but we'll also be signing up to the best gaming subscription going, which is Xbox Game Pass. So sign up to whatever level you desire, whether that be Core, Standard, PC Game Pass, or Game Pass Ultimate. Just go play your own way by using the code in the chat or the show notes and help us to continue creating the awesome content we love for you, our amazing fans. So, without further ado, after a 2-week delay, let's talk about some Xbox news.
That's right, folks. This is the X Feed, where we talk about the top stories going on in the Xbox world. And we have 7 of them. 7 of them. That's because we've been away for a little bit. Plus, there's been a lot of stuff going on. So, first off, man, sad news. Came out a couple weeks ago at this point, a week and a half-ish ago. It's official. Xbox is avowed, has been delayed until 2025. Sean, what do you think about that?
I think it was kind of inevitable it was going to happen. They had a lot of big games all coming, and it's a lot of plates to spin and keep everything going on track. Also, you don't know what kind of stuff they're hitting problem-wise in the background. If they've had like a change in direction with some of the game art or anything like that, they've had to strip back and kind of go back and rebuild, So...
Yeah. So February 18th, 2025. Xbox has pitted this as there's so many games coming. We want to give players time for their backlogs to breathe. I love it. I love how you just angle that. That's perfect.
Yeah. This is your fault, guys. This is because you have so many games to play. We just thought we'd do you a favor.
That's right. If you'd finished your effing games, Avowed would have came out this year. Way to go, folks. You screwed up.
Go play your backlog.
Yeah, you're nice because you're like, well, it's inevitable because there's so many games coming. I appreciate you. It's inevitable because it was 4 months from launch and they were like, we don't know what month it's coming out. I mean, it's not sure. I don't know. I was just not sure. Like the moment somebody says, we don't know what month it's coming out sometime in the next 4 months though. Like you got to know. Something's up. So yeah, we said it when it came out. Like it's pretty suspicious, a little fishy that it's coming out in 2024, but we still can't peg a month even. So yeah.
And also to go off the back of that, because I understand that now that's like at least 7 days old news, which we fully appreciate. Replaced has also joined that list of games that has been delayed till 2025, and according to the developers, Replaced is a unique challenge to develop, and we'll be taking extra time to make sure the game is as all we hope it will be.
That's what my mother used to say about me to parent. Nick is a unique challenge to parent.
So I got exactly the same scores. Parents evening. Sean would do really well if he applied himself.
Yeah. So that's Replaced and Avowed. Now I should have been more prepared. Like so what?
Well, and have like a graphic up showing you which games were coming. Yeah. For 2024. Yeah, just big X's in every single one of them. Like
they're falling quickly. No, I don't know about falling quickly, but like okay, so we got Call of Duty, obviously. That's like the big one. Haven't heard Shattered Space yet, right? Haven't heard about when that particularly is, correct?
That's correct.
I'm trying to find like one that's giving me Oh, thank you. That's 100 years old. Super helpful.
I mean, we have Gamescom coming, so
That's true.
we could be looking at some solid dates
Yeah, and
as
we'll
we
be
get
talking about
closer
that.
to that. But we'll talk about that. Like I said, we're talking about that in the feature story and what titles are going to be appearing there. But yeah, it's not looking. It's not looking the best.
Have we got the Diablo Vessel of Hatred thing yet? I haven't think we have. I haven't heard any. We haven't like reported that it's out or anything of that. Not that I remember.
No, I haven't seen it. I'm scrolling for our own Twitter page for information because our social team are so good at kind of talking about everything. It's where I go. It's my go-to place for any Xbox news now is our own Twitter page. So.
Yeah, so we'll see. The problem is I've said it before. Xbox is really good at like a splashy showcase, and then they walk away. And if you really pay attention to like what actually came out when they said it, it's less splashy. And that was why I was hesitant when it first came out. That said, do I have enough stuff to play? Sure do. I mean, I said it in my little bit. I got plenty of stuff to play. I'm not sitting here like, if only I had a game that I could play. If anybody's backlog screwed up about, it's mine.
Yeah. You've got plenty of stuff to play, and I keep sending you mobile games to play.
That's right. Sean does. That's right. September 10th, I'll be playing Castles. Can't wait for that. That looks like fun. Which is like a Bethesda Elder Scrolls game. Very cool. All thanks to Sean. I mean, not that he made it, but I wouldn't know about it if it wasn't for Sean.
I would love to have been on the team that developed that because I think it's a very good step in the right direction for them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. Anything else to say about this sad news?
No, I'm hoping that for some of the other titles that we haven't got solid dates for in 2024, I'm hoping Gamescom give us those solid dates. But yeah, we shall see.
Well, Sean, if Gamescom doesn't give him, then I think we're in real trouble. But yeah. I do think these other ones will come. I think what you had here, to be honest, was getting the bad news out of the way. Getting the bad news of like, okay, well, these titles aren't going to make it. So let's just get that news out, and then we'll hit the good news here at Gamescom for all the fun stuff. So that
fingers are well and truly crossed.
That's for sure. So. All right. Yep. Story number 2. Microsoft announces Xbox Series X and S price increase for Japan. This is crazy news. This is like nuts news. Prices are supposed to go down when you get this far into the year.
I don't understand that. I'm currently looking for a way of translating yen into dollars. So, but yeah. I don't understand why they're increasing the prices on hardware in a market that they're wanting to reach as well. Because they're bringing out games from developers in that area of the world. Mm-hmm. So why increase the price?
Yeah, I mean, according to Microsoft, Microsoft has told their source, or a source has heard from Microsoft that they are increasing the cost in Japan to be adjusted according to the local market conditions. Well, that's a big nothing burger statement. So there you go. Local market conditions. Xbox Series X and S sales in Japan have made 600. Wait, no. The latest increase follows a report last month about combined Xbox Series X and S sales in Japan surpassing 600,000 units. So there you go.
The Series X has gone up like roughly $40, I'm going to say.
That's significant.
Which is that is significant, yeah. The Series 1, the Series S, the 1 terabyte one, the black one, the new one that's come out, has gone up, let's see, 298 to 49 to 334. So that's like another, they're all roughly $40 rise across them all.
Okay.
So there is a lot. It's quite a lot.
Yeah, so we're
like a 10%.
Yeah, we are. How far in the? What, like 3 years into this console series at this point? See, like lifespan.
And then they're increasing the prices. So whether or not they have seen a spike in the demand in that area and are trying to make a little bit of money out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's really weird. Maybe that's it. I'm not sure. It's strange. That's all I can say. I don't know. That's all I got.
I don't know, and I if I was in the area, I'd be upset about it because we had a price drop recently in the UK, and you had a price drop recently in the US. So why are they having a price rise? Which, if it's to do with the local economy and everything else that's going in it, then that's fair enough. But if it's a Microsoft decision to go, we can make a bit extra money here. Our revenue's down. Let's eke this out somewhere.
Yeah, and I guess that's kind of why I'm sitting here like a little baffled, because it's like, well, it's $40 a unit. I mean, to Microsoft, what's $40 a unit? Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know if it makes the balance sheet. So it's like, I don't know. I guess I'm real confused why it's like, well, this is a big deal. But they apparently think it's enough to take the PR hit and raise the cost. And I think it's crazy that they're doing it in year 3, where normally you're hoping for a price decrease. Story number 3, Wreckfest 2 is bringing its ultimate driving playground to Xbox Series X and S. Take it away, Sean. I have no idea.
Yeah. So during the THQ Nordic showcase that took place nearly 2 weeks ago, this game was showcased. It was a really good cinematic of like a dashboard view of the driver having arguments with other drivers during the races. They were all smashing into each other and eventually ended up with a car being completely totaled. Awesome bit of like gameplay and it was all done in the gameplay engine as well. So awesome bit of gameplay footage that really showed the comedy aspect of the game, as well as the thrill and the exhilaration of it. But if you enjoyed Wreckfest, this is giving you everything you got in Wreckfest with better updated graphics. I believe more cars, more vehicle types. Because in Wreckfest at one point you were racing a school bus on a lawnmower, I think, which was interesting. So yeah, I can't wait for this. And there's also they've added local split screen 2-player co-op as well. So if you wanted to pit yourself against Noah, you could.
That's cool.
Which would be hilarious. Father and son demolition derby.
I like it. Yeah, that's cool.
What I will say about Wreckfest, the original as well, is I played most of the game via the cloud and it ran like a dream. So
nice. That's good news. Yeah. Fallout story number 4, Fallout London is so good. Some people think it's the best game since New Vegas. Also, if you want to hear from the devs themselves, our own Garrett Atkins did an interview with them, and you can go to our YouTube channel and take a listen to that. Now, you have to be on the PC for this, right, Sean? This is a PC. You got to have the...
Yes, this is a DLC-sized mod for Fallout 4 on the PC, which upset me. I didn't realize it was going to be that because I was kind of hoping that it was going to come to console, but it might eventually wean its way down to console.
Yeah, that would be real cool. So you would play it if it came to console?
Yes, because it's 20. So somebody who has reviewed it has said after 20 hours of play, and he hasn't got to the end of everything. So, I know that Garrett was very excited about this after talking to the developers, and the fact that the fans themselves are saying this is the best game since New Vegas tells me a lot about how well this is playing. So,
I mean, why wouldn't you if you're Bethesda Xbox? Why wouldn't you be like, hey, listen, let us help you. We'll give you what you need or whatever you got to do. Let us get this on console. We'll all make some money. Everybody will be happy. The Fallout London people, Bethesda, the players. Like, I don't know. It just seems like such a win. I don't know why they wouldn't work on making this happen.
Either that or bring them in on the development of the next game, because they've obviously took this huge sandbox style game that you have in Fallout 4 in terms of you can add modifications to it. There's all the building and crafting and harvesting and stuff like that, as well as the first person open world shooter kind of stuff. And they have took a really interesting and innovative look at this and gone, hey, we can develop something inside this game, given everything that's there already, to make basically another game within the game for you to play. So I think Bethesda kind of need to take a step back and go, sucks that people mod our game because it can fuck things up and it pisses people off. It's like, take a step back and go, actually, if you allow the modding community that freedom of creation and innovation, they develop something like Fallout London from it. And, you know, you kind of have I don't know, like an interview process basically, where you look for all the mods that are done and you can find people who are really good at modding, people who are really bad at it, and do like game breaking mods rather than game enhancing mods. Like, I can remember at one point that Deathclaws were being turned into Thomas the Tank Engines, which, as hilarious as that is, doesn't benefit the game really. Yeah. But like with Fallout London having the ability to break a game inside the game and it not break the original game to the point it was unplayable, but also gave everybody a completely new storyline, new items, new personalities, and stuff like that within a game. It's fantastic. And I think that shows that the team at Fallout London should be able to be brought in with Bethesda and work on future titles.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I do a little bit think this could be their solution, not bringing them in, but just helping them develop this on console and widespread. This could be their solution that I think to the problem that I think Bethesda has, which is they make great games, but they're like, you know, you get 4 or 5 of them in a lifetime. Like that's what you get, and that's gonna be all the Fallouts I get to play before I die. And so it's like, well, great, but let the modding community do their thing, and if it's fantastic, then freaking bring them in, or not bring them in, but like help them bring, and let that bridge the gap to your 10-year gap between mainline games. Why not?
Let them create DLC for you.
Yeah.
You can inject into the game rather than it being a modification. You install it on the back of it.
Yeah, exactly. And then, you know, if they bring in Fallout London and they basically help them put this on the console, they monetize it, everybody makes a little bit of cash, everybody's happy, then there's other modders out there that are going to be like, holy crap, if I do a good job, maybe I can be the next Fallout London. You know, and so you're going to start to see higher quality mods try to come out to try to fill that space to get Bethesda's attention. I don't know. Could be a way to.
I think all we can finish on with that is saying, well done for the guys of Fallout London. Sure. I knew they hit a bit of a turning point when they dropped the new resolution for Fallout 4, and that set them back a little bit, but good on you for going back to the drawing board a little bit, applying it, and still getting this out a little bit later than you wanted to, but it was still there and it's been well met. So fantastic job.
Yeah, for sure. Story number 5. Xbox has formed a new team to build games based on existing IP at Blizzard. King devs have joined them as well.
Yep. So, I believe that all this is aimed at making mobile games, but like AA games off the back of AAA IPs.
Okay.
So, like, Bethesda had, you said the name of it before we started, the Doom game.
Oh, Castles? Oh, no, Mighty Doom. Mighty Doom.
So there was Mighty Doom that came out. Fallout Shelter was a really good mobile game that we enjoyed. We're going to talk about Elder Scrolls Castles in a little bit further down. But I think this is where King comes in from the ABK acquisition and kind of shines and says, hey, look, you guys have got some great franchises. Like, hey, look, there's Halo there. Let's let us get hold of Halo for a while, see what we can do. Look at the mobile market, see what people are playing, and we'll make you a AA mobile game that's going to make you some money. We'll drop in like in-game purchases like season passes and skins and this, that, and the other that people like really do enjoyed, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I wish this is a bummer. It's not. I mean, isn't a bummer. Not. Let me take that back. I am personally bummed because I really would like a team that would work on their back catalog for the consoles, like all those games that they have in the back catalog that we talk about, like Banjo-Kazooie and all those things, that would work on making AA titles for those. That would be great. But this is cool.
It's better than nothing, and that's the thing true. Is there's an element of them seriously trying to create games and titles that people can play in between the AAA titles, because obviously you said with Bethesda it takes like 4 or 5 years for a game to come out, so
it takes a decade. What are you talking about? Like a decade?
Exactly. Well, okay, a decade. So it takes a decade for your AAA titles to come out. So why not in the middle drop 2 AA titles? Keeps people interested in the franchise and fresh and excited,
but not if they're mobile games. Okay, so listen, folks. Let me tell you, this is why Sean is so important. Because if it was just me, I'd be like, well, it's another crappy news story that doesn't fit my thing that I want. And Sean's like, hey, listen, this is good news. I mean, if it was just me, man, it'd be rough. Sean's bringing the light to my darkness. Yeah. But I mean, not mobile games. Like if it was a console game, sure. But what am I going to be like? Oh yeah, I can play Banjo-Kazooie Run on my phone now, which actually might be fun.
I'm going to say I'd totally be all over that. Why are you saying it? I would totally play a Banjo-Kazooie Run game.
I was trying to make something shitty, and it just what I came out was not.
Give me Subway Surfers with Banjo and Kazooie, and I'm playing that sound of the shitter somewhere for like half an hour until I can't feel my toes.
That's true. Okay. All right. Well, that was a bad example. But if I can think of a better one, I will certainly do that. But that one truly was not great. That does sound fun. Now that you say that. Make that.
Yeah, there you go.
This team
Look at that, King. We've just made a game for you. Mm-hmm. Go.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I completely agree. Not all of them could be mobile games. You're going to have to drop some console games, which, it has to be done. I mean, what Xbox could do with the amount of IPs they've got is just drop a Mario Kart style AAA game, not a AAA, AA game, have all the different IPs in there, and you can just go nuts. Like have Master Chief racing alongside the Doom guy be on the back of a Pinky that's running, and Master Chief's on a ghost or something like that.
Yes, all these things. As I said with Halo, let's get out of the box. Let's just rip open the box and have fun and do crazy stuff and not feel like we have to be in the this is what the players want. This is what we've always done. Like, let's just rip it open and do some fun stuff. That's all it needs to be is fun. It doesn't have to be anything else. Just fun.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Completely agree.
Story number 6, Bethesda take a step back in time, but also back into the mobile gaming world with Elder Scrolls Castles, which we've been alluding to, talking about here and there. If you can go on right now the App Store and kind of, I don't know, pre-order it of some sorts, I don't know. And you can also see a video of it.
It's going to be free to download with in-app purchases, so you can pre-order it. So then on the day that it's released, which is September 10th, it'll automatically just download to your phone and be there, start ready for you to play. So
yeah.
But this is going to be a Fallout Shelter style mobile game.
It looks fun. But as I told Sean, I'm a little nervous because I did get into Mighty Doom, and I felt like they kind of it was a fun game, and then all of a sudden they kept tweaking it to make it more like gacha-y. And then by the time they were done, it just wasn't. They had sucked the fun out of it so that they could get the money they were looking out of it. So hopefully they can find a middle ground, because I'm not saying nobody needs to get paid, but hopefully they can find a middle ground for that this time around.
Yeah, the thing is, they did a really good job with Fallout Shelter to the point where they expanded it to have all the different adventures and stuff that you could send people on and quests and stuff. So I'm kind of hoping they're going to have the same dynamic with Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, I'm down. I will definitely be playing it September 10th, probably. So the last top story we have, top story number 7. Krafton has acquired Tango Gameworks and the Wi-Fi Rush. The Wi-Fi Rush and the Hi-Fi Rush IP, with plans to further develop the Hi-Fi Rush franchise. I hope they make $1 bazillion on this. And then
me too, because I think it was absolutely shocking that developer was shut down.
Me too.
And the game was kind of boo-booed, because it was a great game with a lot of fantastic and well-deserved accolades that came from the Game Awards.
Yep.
So, and just so people, if they don't know who Krafton is, this is a South Korean company that's known for publishing titles like Player Unknown and Battlegrounds, which, by the way, was an awesome game. So I've got a lot of hope for this game. So
yeah, and by the way, if somebody's missing the history here, this was a Microsoft Tango Gameworks was a Microsoft developer. They shut them down. They shut down, and in doing that, killed the Hi-Fi Rush IP and the whole thing. And it had a lot of, like Sean said, it had a lot of accolades. And so yeah, I hope they make $1 billion, and then I hope they drive it over right next to Microsoft Studio, and they drop it there and they swim in it in front of Phil Spencer.
What they do say is other Tango Gameworks games like The Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo are no longer under the guidance of Tango Gameworks. So if Tango through Krafton wanted to like do another entry in the series, there's going to be a few legal hoops I'm going to have to go through. But doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Just makes it a little bit more difficult to recreate or further develop or make those games, which is sad because Ghostwire Tokyo was quite a cool game.
Yeah. News bulletins. Only one. Cult of the Lamb has received its free Unholy Alliance update. The update's now available and includes a new character, the Goat. The new cult member introduces local co-op to the fun. The game is currently 50% off. I played this a bunch on the Switch.
I'm gonna buy it because you played it so much. It made me really interested in it, and I never got around to buying it.
Yeah, I played this a ton. I had like most of that was back when we were with the Nintendo Dads. I had most of the members of the Nintendo Dads like core in there, but it did get a little bit much. There were so many people that I loved that I didn't want them to die, so they would die, and then I'd sacrifice them, and then I'd have to like erase them from the dead, and it would cost money, and it was really becoming a thing. People kept dying, and I was raising them from the dead, and it was tough. It was tough, and I was getting so sad because Tim or Marty would die, or you would die, and then I'd have to be like, oh, I gotta save them, but I don't really have the currency. I can't remember what it was anymore, but I was like, now I have to raise them from the dead. Anyways, fun times.
Yep. So yeah, like I said, I whispered it in a very ASMR way. It's on my list of things to buy. So that and the new Metal Gear Solid when that eventually drops.
Yep. I will kind of mention this is just kind of nowhere. I guess we could. Well, I'm not playing it, but so Kena Bridge of Spirits, I believe, is out right now on the Xbox, but not Game Pass. I may buy that, or I may do the dastardly thing and wait and see if Game Pass actually throws some money at it and it ends up on Game Pass, because I have a feeling like maybe it could, possibly, but it might not. So,
well, the thing is, you also have a backlog of games, and you've got your time at Sandrock to kind of carry on playing. I don't think you'll ever finish that, or if you do finish it, it's going to be one of those that's a labor of love.
I'm not going to lie. As I was sitting in the Philadelphia airport, I was a little bit regretting my decision to not buy it on the Switch. I was a little bit like, I should have just bought this on the Switch. I could have played for like 75 hours. So,
that's to say, this is why I advised you with the Lego Hill Climb Adventure mobile game, because I thought you could totally like play a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. No, I did play a lot. That's when I realized that you didn't have to have the milk to continue on. I was like, I ran out of milk, and I was like, and then I was just like poking around, like trying to find a way to get more milk without paying for it. And I was like, wait, I can play and not have this. That's great.
Yep.
So yeah, desperate times.
Great game, by the way. If anybody listening, Lego Hill Climb Adventures. If you like hill climb games and you like Lego, perfect combination.
Yeah, if you like, so it's literally the hill climber game that, like, if you played the first one, it's literally that game, just now with Lego branding. It's a little more like pay to play, got to find different currencies than the initial was, but not horribly. But there is a little bit more of that than in the first game.
I'm at level 40 and I haven't paid for anything yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. Not yet, but I may. But I haven't yet. Feature story. Xbox details plans for Gamescom 2024, including 50 games. Now, Sean will run through them one by one with a deep dive. No, I'm just kidding. I made that up.
Holy shit, don't put me on the spot like that. Literally just everything nearly fell out my ass. I was almost well prepared.
I'm just kidding. We are not going to deep dive 50 games. No. So,
but there is Age of Mythology Retold going to be there. Forza Horizon 5 is going to get some bits and pieces. We're going to have a closer look at Microsoft Flight Simulator, Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 76, Milepost Zero, The Vessel of Hatred from Diablo is going to get some talks there. Little Nightmares 3, Stalker 2, which I'm hoping to see some great stuff from that and a date.
Yeah, that got delayed, but not to next year, right? Just like a month, right?
Yeah. Got delayed by a month.
Yeah, okay.
Atomfall, which I'm looking forward to. It's replaced. We already know it's been delayed, but they might give us a bit more information on why it's been delayed. Creatures of Ava, but I think that's coming soon anyway, or is already out.
No, isn't that the one on Game Pass right now?
It is, yes.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't understand why it's in there. But anyway, there's lots. There's lots of stuff.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So now November 20th, 2024, Stalker 2 is supposed to come out. So
yeah,
there it is.
So I'm excited for this. It's a 3-day event. Starts August 21st all the way through to August 24th. Xbox is going to be there with daily live streams across those 3 days. So it's not going to be one of those where you can sit and watch it all in a one.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Sean and I will be live streaming for 3 days to get all.
I will not be like, I know. This is, if I wasn't going on, the thing is when they do stuff like this, that like I'm away from the 23rd. So while we're down, because I think we're traveling down to Lindsay's dad's on the 23rd. I'll either be catching up with this on YouTube at Lindsay's dad's, and then like having to excuse myself and say, sorry, I'm just going to go and watch this video about gaming stuff because I'm going to have to talk about it when I get back off holiday. But I'll definitely be watching the 21st and the 22nd live, depending on the times.
We are having a bit of a hiccup, Sean, at the moment. Just so you know, we're kind of fluctuating between 25 and 60 frames. So we are.
Ooh.
My internet's a little like we're not. So if something happens, we're sorry. We're like I said, we were down with no internet, not but like 2.5 hours ago. So we'll try to keep it going.
Just hopefully they don't pull your wire out to put it in somebody else's wire.
Yeah, like, but let's see what this does, Bob. That's like when I wire stuff. I'm like, well, maybe if I do this one, that one will do it for sure. Yeah. I am actually excited. I know I always say I'm going to buy shit and then I don't buy it because I do this all the time. I do this all the time, even with not video games. I'm like, Becca, that's my wife. We need to buy. I'm going to buy this, and she's like, okay. And then she's like, did you ever buy it? I'm like, no, I didn't really need it. I changed my mind.
I did that thing where I read too much about everything, and then read all the reviews and looked at it and realized that do I really need this, and do I want to spend that much money on something that I don't really know when the reviews are fantastic? Yeah, I do exactly the same.
Yeah,
exactly the same.
So I don't know if I am going to get it, but I am excited about Star Wars Outlaws, specifically because it kind of gives me. It's going to sound weird, but it gives me like a Harry Potter, like Hogwarts Legacy vibe of that. Like, it's in the universe, but it's not of the movie lore. You know, you kind of get to do it's your own thing. So I am a bit excited about that. We'll see if I end up pulling the trigger on that one. So
Little Nightmares 3, I want to play that because I liked the first two. I liked the game style, I liked the art style, I liked everything about it. So there's that. Forza Horizon 5, I'm definitely going to be all over that when it comes out anyway. Oh, it's already out. It's just whatever they do next. I always go back in and dabble with whatever they're doing next. So there's that. Fortnite Festival, I'll obviously look at that because I like to play the live music stuff.
My kids are back into the Lego Fortnite. Is it like?
Oh, cool.
They're back into that. They
had a Pirates of the Caribbean thing just recently, didn't they?
Well, they're on to Star Wars now, so that's what got them back in.
Oh,
so
it's gonna rail everybody in.
Yeah. So they're having a ton of fun doing that. Yeah.
Do you think, even though these 50 titles are kind of listed here that they'll talk about, do you think they'll talk about anything new or just give us dates on stuff that we haven't got dates
on? I don't know that. I mean, there might not new games, but they might announce some new Game Pass game. You know, new games coming to Game Pass that we didn't know. Like, we knew of the game, we just didn't know the game was going to be in Game Pass.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Because we don't have much news about that. We're going to talk about 3 games this week. There's a couple of games in the coming soon, but I don't know when they were, so I haven't added them to the doc this week because they haven't got a date for next week, and we know we don't like to talk about things too far in advance.
Yeah.
But anything that's new that's coming soon is always on our Twitter page with a few details and a source of where that's come from.
They're really holding Game Pass games tight to the chest right now for some reason. Not letting that
I don't fully understand why. I mean, there's rumors that Forza Horizon's going to go make its way across the PlayStation during Gamescom. I don't know about that. I can't understand why they hold it. When you have such a fantastic subscription service, I would be screaming from the rooftop of every big game that you get, not kind of trying to hide it.
Yeah.
But then I suppose if you tell everybody everything when it comes to things like Gamescom, you don't have stuff to tell, so you wouldn't go and get the fun that can be had at Gamescom.
Sure. Yeah, it'll be an interesting. I think it's going to be one of those things where like it starts on the 21st, and you're just going to get this almost continual drip of like Xbox news, basically. You know, it's just going to keep being like, boom, this is coming. Oh, this is now got a date. Well, this is now coming to Game Pass. Like I think it'll be a fun 3 days. That's my hope, at least. So, do we have a hard date for Indiana Jones yet? I can't remember. I feel like we do.
I'm not sure.
And the Great Circle release. Let me see. No, according to the internet, it's still just 2024. So that definitely needs a date. I'm going to get real skeptical about that if it doesn't get a date at Gamescom.
Yeah. And that's the one I'm excited to be playing later on this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping we get a solid for that.
Also, I don't know anything about it. I tried to search it, and then my frames per second kind of took a dive. But Let's Build a Dungeon. I need to know more about that. So
Let's Build a Dungeon.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's apparently from the same people who did Let's Build a Zoo, which that game is fun. I had a good time with it. I didn't play a ton. I put about 4 or 5 hours into it. But yeah, Let's Build a Dungeon. I'm in.
So Let's Build a Dungeon is a management game about running a dev studio and designing.
Really? Didn't hear
designing your own subscription MMO.
Oh. That took a hard right, Sean. Not where I saw that going. I mean, I'd try it because it's a management sim, and I always think those are fun.
Let's Build a Dungeon marries the business aspects of game dev tycoon with a more hands-on approach to constructing your own company's game. And I've got a trailer that I could send you. Players will need to hire designers, coders, and testers and staff their development studio, but also place buildings and trees to populate the fantasy game within a game, as well as filling dungeons with traps and chests to keep virtual players busy and happy playing their monthly subscription. So it's like you... it sounds crazy.
So listen, wow. I can either be the guy that chases the rabbit, or I can play this game and be the guy that gets to place the rabbit that everybody chases. All right, that sounds like fun. Let's do that instead. I mean, I'm down for that. Yeah.
It sounds like you are going to be managing the game in terms of having people create the game, but then also have to develop the game for people to play the game to get the money to hire the people to do. It sounds like a rabbit hole.
Yeah, it does. And you're gonna be the guy that gets to make that choice of like, yeah, let's make the last guy level 5,000. Let's really F him up, and then they're gonna sit there and grind for like 7 years before they can actually beat this game.
You could make your own Elden Ring.
That's
Let's make the first boss impossible.
There you go. I like it.
Sorry, but we're always salty about all the Elden Ring because of the bad times. We have with it.
People are better at Dark Souls games than others. And some are better than us. And most are better than us. That's what it would have been really funny if I would have said that. And most are better than us.
All of them are better than me. Most of them are better than Nick. Because I can't beat a thing. I can't get far at all. At least you beat the giant bridge monster thing in Elden Ring. I couldn't do the first boss. I used to run away from anything that was bigger than me.
Which is everything.
Yeah.
All right. Look forward to Gamescom next week. That'll be fun. August 21st through the 24th. If we don't have anything else, Sean, we'll listen. Sean, what do you got?
I will make lots of notes for Gamescom to bring to the week after when we talk about it.
All right. Won't you be away on vacation?
I will be. The weekend after the vacation, we're gonna have to discuss that.
Well, yeah, we definitely are. I was just thinking Lindsay's gonna be like, "What are you doing?" Like, I'm making notes.
Yeah, I did that.
It's really beautiful.
That 2 years when we're in Scotland. So no, the 21st I can make notes. The 22nd I can make notes. The 23rd I'll just have to make notes at Lindsay's dad's, but I'll do them all on my phone. So.
There you go. All right, on to the dashboard. The dashboard is where Sean and I talk about games that we are playing or have on our docket to play. Sean, what have you been playing?
I haven't been playing a right lot because, as I have written here in the doc, life is for living. No, I've been stupidly busy. I don't want to mention too many details because we've had issues of where I work. Regards a certain collection of people, which I'll discuss with Nick in a more private way. But there has been that, and then where I work, it is now the time of year where we have put everything in a box, and we're now trying to take everything out of the box and make it work. And yeah, it's been busy. Lots of commissioning.
Sean works at a Dr. Seuss factory. That's what it sounds like. Put everything in a box, and then you just got to take it all out of the box. It's like Cat in the Hat.
Pretty much.
That's where it is. No, I'm just kidding. I totally get it. Sometimes you can say something.
Between work and then the kids being off and it being absolutely glorious in the UK, like weather-wise, we've had it like get a constant 30 degrees, so like 80 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, constant for like 2 weeks. We've been like out and about doing lots of different stuff with the kids. We took them on little walks. We took them to splash parks. We've taken them like to seasides, and me and Lindsay went wild water swimming. So there's just lots of stuff that we've been trying to do on top of that. So the only thing I have played, I have told, is a Lego Hill Climb Adventures mobile game, which I absolutely adore. It's gone to the point where Squad Busters has now been deleted from my phone, which is the Supercell game, which I was super hyped about.
Yeah, I haven't.
That's gone. Yeah, I noticed you hadn't played because I keep inviting you to crack open pinatas with me, but
yeah, I haven't opened that game in a long time. It was good. Just I don't know.
The Hill Climb Adventures is totally taken over, and the fact that it only wants to shake hands a few times with the internet, you not having to have a constant internet connection, is really good as well. So I'm quite happy with that. And like you say, is service slightly pay to play, but you can avoid that completely if you want to and just grind, which I've been doing. So, which is cool. It's fun. It just kills a bit of time if I'm like, if the kids are taking over the TV and stuff, and I have to have like a moment to sit down or we're waiting for something somewhere. It's the first thing I go to now. So there's that.
Yeah, and I will say it's very light play to play. You're right. It's noticeable because the first game, the Hill Climb game, in and of itself was like so not pay to play. Like there was hardly anything, and it was abnormally not pay to play for a mobile game, to be honest. So that's the only reason it stuck out to me.
And then the other game I played, and I've done this in two different ways, is the Crash Insane trilogy that dropped. Because it's an Activision game, I wanted to play it because it's very new, and I've also enjoyed gloating to my PlayStation friend today that I've been playing it because it's free. But yeah, I played a little bit of that. I played it via the cloud first on a lunch break just to give it a go and see how that worked. It worked very, very well. It was nice. It was good to sit there with a friend at work and like kind of laugh at how bad I was at Crash Bandicoot, which it still sucks. And then today, while we were kind of sat on the sofa chilling out, I was waiting to go to the gym. I kind of put it on the TV. Lindsay was sat reading a book, and as soon as she heard the music, she kind of just dropped to the book and was like, I haven't played Crash Bandicoot in ages. So we sat there and shared some nostalgia, played it together for a little bit, which was fun. She still does not like the levels where the giant ball rolls after you, or you have to drive on, like you're riding on the back of a pig. But yeah, other than that, great fun. And I love Crash Bandicoot games. It was something I played as a kid when I had the PlayStation 1. So
sweet. You guys are gonna hate me. I've been playing my time at Sandrock. If I have been playing anything, which I haven't been playing a ton of that either, but if I've been playing anything, it's that still. So I'm not gonna talk about it. I like it a little. Okay, that's all I've been playing. There is another game coming out that I think might take me away from it. I can't remember. We talked about it. We talked about it last week. It was, or not last week, but it was. Didn't they just talk about it on the Xbox Wire? There's a game coming out in like a week. I'm fairly certain that could take me away from it, and I can't remember. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna
say I'm struggling to remember to which one that it was. It was another crafty game though. Yeah. I know that much.
Yeah, I thought it was coming out here real soon, but I don't see it. I don't know. Anyways, that game that shall not be named, if that game comes and it's as good as it sounds, then maybe that'll take me away from my time at Sandrock. So that's all I got.
Okay. I'm currently looking to see how much time you put into my time at Sandrock.
Let's not do that. That's a bad idea.
I like to do it. My time at Sandrock.
All right. Well, Sean looks for that. We will go to Game Pass headlines, and he can give me the bad...
2 days and 11 hours.
2 days and 11 hours of total game plan. Those are days I can't get back. I just can't get them back, and I'm very okay
60
with it.
hours.
Yep. Yeah.
That's some good time.
Yeah, for me it is. I know for some people they're like, is that all? But for me, it definitely is. So, all right, on to Game Pass headlines. It's no Animal Crossing though, Sean. I'll say that. It's no Animal Crossing.
Like I say, I would still love to go back and look at how much time you you put into Animal Crossing, or how much time we both put into Animal Crossing.
Well, to be fair, it was literally a part-time job. I mean, I put it was a part-time job. It was a bit ridiculous, but there was a pandemic going on, so I needed something to drown my sorrows. And Animal Crossing, for me, as for many people, was it. So that being said, Game Pass games out this week, starting August 7th, which isn't this week, but you know what we mean, okay? You know what we mean. So Wednesday, August 7th, Creatures of Ava came out.
There is a link. There is a link somewhere.
Oh, is
promise.
there? Okay, good. See, look at that. There's a link. I was just here. I didn't. Oh, it's right there. It's the first thing. It's the first thing on the list, Sean. Creatures of Ava came out. It's available everywhere. Xbox Series X and S only, though. August 7th, available day one on Game Pass. Let your empathy guide you as you play an exciting action adventure creature saver game. It's a new genre. Understand and tame the creatures of Ava and let them lead you through a variety of ecosystems, all in the hopes of saving the planet from a life-consuming infection. It kind of sounds like a twist on a Pokemon game to me. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Sean was just talking about it. Available everywhere. August 8th. So out already. Out last week. Your favorite marsupial, Crash Bandicoot, is coming to Game Pass. He's enhanced, entranced, and ready to dance with the Insane Trilogy collection. Spin, jump, whomp, and repeat as you take on the epic challenges and adventures through the 3 games that started it all: Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash Bandicoot 3, Warped. Relive all your favorite Crash moments in their fully remastered graphical glory and get ready to put some oomph in your whomp. And finally, available August 13th, Mafia Definitive Edition, also available everywhere. It's a cinematic third-person shooter that tells the story of Tommy Angelo, a hardworking cab driver who becomes embedded in the brutal world of organized crime in the 1930s America. And that's what we got, guys.
There isn't anything out next week so far, but we have games leaving on August 15th, which was yesterday. So I'm assuming at some point in the next 24 hours, we'll probably get some kind of placard, which is going to change that for games that are out next week. It's like we alluded to earlier on. It's been a very, 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 very quiet time around games that are coming to and from Game Pass at the moment. So, but the games that have currently left the Game Pass subscription service, if you wanted to play them, we apologize that we haven't put an episode out for 2 weeks to tell you about them. But if you wanted to play them, you should have done before August 15th. But unfortunately, I've gone, so you now lose your 20% Game Pass subscription discount on them. So that's Offworld Trading Company, which was a PC game only, Shadow Warrior 3 Definitive Edition, which was for console, PC, and cloud, Airball Kingdom, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which didn't spend very long on the subscription service. So
it's Core Keeper. I found it.
Core Keeper.
Yeah.
Go on. That's because we had no other games really to talk about. Have you got a description for that? As
August
to why it was
27th is when it's supposed to come to Game Pass. The upcoming Game Pass is explore an endless cavern of creatures, relics, resources, and a mining sandbox adventure for 1 to 8 players. Mine, build, fight, craft, and farm to unravel the mystery of the ancient core. That's what I got from here.
Cool. So yeah, that's the one that's got your attention for August 16th.
August 27th.
16th, 27th. Sorry, I just literally read the date on the screen at the same time. So
I got you. So still a week away. So still for next week, there is nothing. I will mention, according to Pure Xbox here, as of August 13th, there was a 10-hour free trial of Madden NFL 25. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but I know it sure is a lot of people's cup of tea. So if you didn't know, if you're an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate member, you have a 10-hour free trial of Madden NFL 25.
Cool. So, yeah. It seems it's so strangely quiet on the games front that I'm a little bit excited, but with nervous anticipation or nervous energy as to what I'm excited for that's going to come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I totally feel that vibe as well. Like, what's going on? Feels like something's going on. What is it?
yep.
All right. Anything else before we close this shop up?
Next week we shall have a normal episode at the normal time, but on Wednesday instead of Tuesday.
Well,
so it's a day late, but that's mainly because again I have a unique work schedule at the moment, so I apologize. Everything should hopefully be back to normal once the kids have gone back to school and I'm back from Hastings. I'm going to a place called Hastings, so hopefully everything should resume as normal. We won't be getting stuck in different parts of the country, and fingers crossed we'll have no more technical issues. Hopefully. We can't promise that because, gremlins like to sneak in.
You never know.
We get them wet and we feed them after midnight. We're just bad keepers.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. That's a nerd comment for you.
I'm there with you. I love myself some gremlins.
But anyway, that pretty much wraps up this episode of Game Pass Tracker. We are sorry it took 2 weeks for us to get here. We do apologize. We keep saying it. Nick's PSA said it, and I think we've said it enough in this episode. But hopefully everything will be back to normal soon. If you want to get hold of me on X, you can. It's Sean_Abbott. If you want to get hold of my good friend Nick, you can do. It's at Nick Tendo, which is 10DOH. And our main channel, which for Game Pass Tracker Show or GPT Gaming News, is at GPT Gaming News. If you've got any questions, any suggestions, and you just want to share your high scores or what you've been up to, we're a friendly bunch. We like to just, chat. You can email us at show@gamepasstracker.com. And a massive thank you for everybody watching this evening and for all the listeners on the audio side. Thanks for tuning in. Keep gaming, keep tracking, and we will see you next time.
See you later, guys.